as President of the Council. I now give the floor to Her Excellency Ms. Baiba Braže, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Latvia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Under-Secretary General Di Carlo, for her briefing. On behalf of the Secretary General, and let me pay respect to the UN staff working on the ground in Ukraine and doing their job in very difficult circumstances. Excellencies, 1,461 days of entirely illegal, unjustified, and unprovoked war. A war with root causes known by the entire world. It's Russia's imperial and colonial aspirations. UN Charter principles shattered, countless Ukrainian lives lost and destroyed, war crimes, global consequences for food security, ecocide, landmines, global arms race, all because of one state, which refuses to accept that empires are dead. One state that 4 years ago blocked the Council from taking action. One state that a year ago vetoed the reference to the UN Charter in the Security Council resolution. Today, the same one state continues to sabotage the peace efforts led by the United States and Ukraine. This state is Russia, a permanent member of this Council, with a legal responsibility in the UN Charter to uphold international peace and security. The good news is that Russia's aggression is failing. In 4 years, it has achieved none of its strategic goals. Last year alone, Russia lost more than 400,000 troops killed and severely wounded, and it was able to capture less than 1% of Ukrainian territory. At the same time, as confirmed by UN reports and the briefing by Under-Secretary General today, Russia's missile and drone attacks on Ukrainian civilians last year were the deadliest since the start of the war. During the coldest winter of the decade, Russia constantly destroys civilian and energy infrastructure. Millions are suffering in freezing temperatures. Children and elderly are freezing to death in their beds. Russia has forcibly transferred around 20,000 Ukrainian children and militarized Ukrainian children in the occupied territories. In so-called summer camps, they are forced to operate drones, dig trenches, mine and demine areas, and use grenades and firearms. Russia has also bombed first responders, humanitarian workers, and clearly marked UN aid envoys and embassies in Kiev. Mr. President, Russia's war has severe global consequences. Countries in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East are not safe from Russia's colonial imperial ambitions. Russia has manipulated and coerced thousands to the front lines to kill Ukrainians. We have seen the videos of Russian commanders using foreigners as cannon fodder. I urge all countries to protect their citizens from this fate. From dying for what? For Russia's desperate attempts to restore its empire. Mr. President, Ukrainians continue to inspire us with their bravery and resilience. Ukraine is a strong democracy and a proud nation. Ukraine will stay free and sovereign, but it's time to bring this war to an end, to have an immediate, full and unconditional ceasefire. Latvia fully supports the peace efforts led by the US in Ukraine. We stand for a just and lasting peace, a peace that guarantees Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, a peace where Russia is unable to resume its aggression. But there is only one country and one man standing between us here and peace. This country is Russia, and this man is Vladimir Putin. This is why Latvia urges all countries to exert maximum pressure on Russia, restrict Russia's economy, impose sanctions, isolate it in international organizations, to stop the killing and ensure accountability for war crimes. I thank you. Slava Ukraini.
I thank Her Excellency Baiba Braže for the statement. And I now give the floor to the representative of Denmark.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I also thank the Undersecretary General for her sobering briefing and welcome the Deputy Foreign Minister of Ukraine to this meeting. And thank you, Minister, for leading the meeting here today. Mr. President, exactly 4 years ago, as this Council met in emergency session and as the Secretary General appealed directly to President Putin to make peace prevail, Russia launched its unprovoked and illegal full-scale invasion